Hello, welcome to our great community. Today we have a new story that says, I found out my wife is cheating on me with a coworker and she denied everything. Friends, please subscribe and hit the little bell to keep you updated with new videos. I'm 30 years old and 3 hours ago I was looking through my 28-year-old wife's second phone that I hadn't seen in a while and found some screenshots of her asking a coworker for a kiss as a birthday present. The coworker is also married. I tried talking to her but she denied everything even when I showed her what I had just seen. We have a son and she had been very faithful and I used to trust her with my eyes closed, didn't expect this from her. Even if I just saw those messages, there was more going on because there was more screenshots in her primary phone I saw before she took it away and erased all evidence. She was acting weird a couple of months, that's what made me suspect something was going on. Comments. 1. Well, you're never going to get the truth unless you give an ultimatum. They suck. I get it. But she's a cheater. And she will lie and deny, rinse and repeat. Greyrock, 180, tell her you're contacting attorneys, etc. Then maybe she'll be scared enough to give the full truth. And then you can decide what you really want to do. OP, thank you, I did give her the ultimatum but she said that it wasn't worth showing me everything because I had already made my mind on our relationship ending. 2. Well, there you have it. If it wasn't a horrible thing that makes it look terrible, it would be showing you to convince you that it's not as bad as you thought. It's not even fighting for you. OP, didn't thought about that, maybe you are right. What bothers me is why would she do that? She was my queen, my everything, and she preferred being the mistress of someone else. 3. Focus on you and your child right now. Get support from friends and family and tell her you're separated and she needs to find somewhere to go. This is traumatic and you have to process it, and having her around does not usually help the betrayed spouse. Especially if you're already leaning divorce. You may want to look into therapy too to help you deal with this betrayal and emotionally exhausting situation you're in. I'm sorry you're going through this and I'm hoping for better days ahead for you. 4. She needs a hard wake-up call. Usually either divorce paper or kick her out. You can stop divorce process at any time, but until she comes clean, forgiveness and reconciliation isn't possible. OP, that's what happened. I told her I wanted her out of my house because I couldn't stand being with her at that moment. Already talked about divorced, she is just asking me to forgive her and I told her I already did, but now the priority is our 2 years old to do the best we can for him. Second story. My husband cheated on me with a stripper and after going to therapy I still can't forget what he did. My husband cheated on me 4 months ago with a stripper. Went to, paid for a stripper, and got her number and texted her. He was away working when this happened and lied about it all until I checked his spam messages when he came home. Long story short, I decided to stay, only if he joined therapy and all aspects of being able to access women was gone. All that has been going great. Problem is, I'm not doing great. The first 2 months were beyond horrible. It breaks my own heart to think about how much I cried and hated myself when I found out. I'm come far from those days, going as much as a week or more without feeling triggered. This week has been horrible. We decided not to tell anyone what happened besides a therapist. So no one on his or my family knows. His family were having a discussion today about cheating. How they would leave and burn all their spouses' clothes, etc. How strippers argue and foul and how people can be so desperate. And it just left me feeling ridiculous. So ridiculous. He could see this upset me, but never spoke about it until 4 hours later when we came home. And he seems to think I should be over it by now. That I let it get to me too much. I'm doing my best. I could have walked away as clearly everyone else would have. I told him this and that I didn't ask to have these triggers or feelings. I don't want to feel this way. I am asking a Jesus I don't even believe in to heal me from all of this and move on. And now I wonder what I'm doing here. I love this man, and I know he loves me, but he clearly doesn't want to step into my shoes and see how this all feels for me at all. I'm tired of holding back my thoughts and fears because he don't want to talk about it unless it's in therapy. He knows I'm sad sometimes and he can see my pain, but then just says things like you don't love me anymore instead of telling me what I need to hear. Friends, what did you think of this story? Share your opinion in the comments. Please subscribe and hit the bell for new videos. Comments. 1. Sorry to break this to you, but he doesn't love you or he wouldn't have cheated, and then to say that he thinks you should be over it by now. Yeah, I'd be out of there. 2. Recovering from an affair takes full, sustained commitment from both parties, and even then it's not always possible. It's basically the end of the relationship you thought you had before, and it takes time to mourn that and also to decide if you want this new one. You said he's in therapy, are you? You're dealing with a trauma and a professional could help you to navigate it. 3. I would leave. I don't really understand why you believe he loves you when he did that, and his reaction to your pain is dismissive at best. You stayed because you think he's remorseful, but where is it? Therapy isn't paying for cheating. He should be in therapy for what he did. That's not a treat to you. If you don't have kids, don't start now. If you don't have a way out, plan one now. Get an STD test if you do stay. I doubt this is the last time he will do this. Get individual therapy without him. He doesn't care about your emotional well-being. 4. I wouldn't be able to get over this type of thing because it's not just cheating. It's the way that he views women. It wasn't even an emotional affair or anything, like he didn't slowly fall for someone, he literally used a woman to ejaculate. He put his marriage in jeopardy to satisfy himself. Like it was a totally ridiculous and disgusting thing to do. Edit, sorry, I guess that's not helpful. But I want to say that you're not weird and it's okay to still be hurt over something so awful. 3rd story. I went back to my husband for a reconciliation but found a condom in his room. My husband of 43 years and I of 28 years have moved back in together after our separation. We agreed to be faithful. When I moved back in with him last week after 6 months away, I noticed a condom in his drawer. Today is my first week staying alone in the house as he travels, and I noticed he removed the condom. I guess he thinks I haven't seen it and doesn't want me to see it while I'm here alone. I guess I don't know what to feel except upset. Why have a condom unless he was gonna use it? Why a single condom with no box? Was there a box and all are used? Don't want to even know in a way, but if anyone has an opinion, I'd like feedback. For context, 6 months ago I had a depression breakdown and drank too much and ended up in the hospital. I went to a treatment facility and saw lots of doctors to get better. We lived apart 6 months so we could both heal from my episode. Comments. 1. To be honest, outside of a dispenser in some places I don't think they come in boxes of 1. So, there were more. In any case, he either removed that one to use it on the trip, or removed it to keep you from coming across it during his trip. He must have needed some in the last 6 months. And might need one on his trip. 2. I'm sorry, but you definitely need to address this with him. And yes, ask for the phone. There is nothing in the wedding vows about personal privacy, but usually something is said about two becoming one. I hope you continue getting better after you're hospitalized. OP, thanks, I appreciate it. I feel cause I was the one in the hospital, I put him through a lot, so I'm trying to give him space. 3. Let's say he was sexually active while separated and you could somehow move past that, you'd still need to probably find out if he has any STDs. But in my heart, I don't think I could stay and build again if he wasn't faithful during that time. Maybe a friend loaned him a condom and he didn't want to cheat. I'd then wonder which friend was encouraging this. OP, thanks, that is one possibility and why I'm still upset. I know some of his friends and family have been on the side of leave the emotional case. 4. This is obviously something that bothers you, so maybe when he gets back just let him know that you need to have a conversation. Sit him down and say, hey, I saw this, and then I noticed its absence, and I feel like I need an answer. See what he says, and where things go from there. In addition to moving back in together, maybe y'all should have a marriage counselor. A separation is a big deal, and I'm glad you guys were able to reconcile, but there's definitely still work that needs to be done. Friends, what did you think of this story? Share your opinion in the comments, please subscribe and hit the bell for new videos.